And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rob Nelson.
I'm Nicole Burley in for Marnie Hughes. Every adult will be eligible to get a coronavirus vaccine come April 19th. That's 2 weeks earlier than President Biden's initial deadline.
Biden's announcement comes as states gradually expand eligibility beyond priority groups such as seniors and essential frontline workers. But even as he expressed optimism about the pace of vaccinations, more than 3 million a day right now, the president did warn that new variants of the virus are spreading and moving very quickly.
Nearly half of new coronavirus infections nationwide are in just 5 states: New York, Michigan, Florida, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Together reported 44% of the nation's new infections in the latest 7-day span of data compiled by Johns Hopkins.
And all big states, populated states. NewsNation's Allison Harris is live in D.C. tonight with the latest from President Biden's big announcement today.
Rob and Nicole, the president says the country is in a life and death race with the virus. And even as he delivered today's news of an accelerated timeline for vaccinations, the president warned that things could get worse before they get better.
Well, great to see you all.
Visiting a vaccination site in suburban Virginia, today President Biden urged everyone to sign up for their dose.
Get all your friends, tell them, get a shot when they can.
That time is coming soon. Today, the president announcing all American adults will be eligible to get vaccinated by April 19th, almost 2 weeks before his earlier target of May 1st.
Time. Even moving at the record speed we're moving at, we're not even halfway through vaccinating over 300 million Americans.
Biden expects a significant portion of the population to be vaccinated by end of summer, but the announcement came with a warning.
The real question is, how much death, disease, and misery are we going to see between now and then?
Virtually every state is meeting the April 19th date on its own. Today, the president's spokeswoman touted the administration's role in making it happen.
Well, we certainly wouldn't be at this point had we not purchased enough supply to vaccinate every adult American, had we not increased the number of vaccinators who can distribute the vaccine, put them in shots in arms, and had we not massively increased our investment in places where people could go.
Biden also talked up a new benchmark Tuesday, 150 million shots in arms so far in his first 75 days. But people can't get vaccinated fast enough. Cases are rising in at least 19 states, including Michigan, where COVID variants and relaxed restrictions are fueling outbreaks.
In the past week, we've seen an increase largely in cases in younger people, so ages 40 and under.
That does not factor the impact of Easter travel, which broke records for pandemic travel, and this shocking panoramic of the Rangers ballpark in Arlington, Texas, open at full capacity Monday night.
Go Rangers!
The largest in-person crowd at a sporting event since the pandemic began. The Biden administration is all but begging Americans to get vaccinated when they can at pharmacies, mobile sites, and mass vaccination sites like the convention center here in D.C.
Yeah, if we could shave 2 weeks off and get us up and going in May, late May, early June, I'd like to go do something. I'd like to eat in a restaurant.
I've been dancing all day.
Emily Shepard is only in her 20s, but got vaccinated in D.C. Tuesday because of her asthma. Now her friends, too, will soon be eligible.
Oh, I'm excited for all my friends that are young, that don't meet the medical requirements, that are just waiting to be vaccinated so we can return to normal events.
The U.S. is now averaging 3 million vaccinations a day, on track for 200 million shots in arms by the end of April, within Biden's first 100 days. The White House says there will not be a federal vaccine passport program, but some states like New York are moving forward with their own. Republican governors in states like Georgia, Ohio, Mississippi, Florida, and Texas have banned vaccine passport programs. In Washington, Allison Harris, NewsNation.
Allison, thank you.